say, no, I did not. No, I did not. I got them for $5 at Five Below yesterday.
On Saturday, November 23, 2024, officers responded to a Walmart following a reported retail theft. Within 12 minutes, the encounter escalated from a recoverable trespass warning to a custodial arrest on 3 separate criminal charges.
I tried 2 bras on and they were too small for me.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
The ones you have on now, they found the tags for in the room.
Oh.
So
okay.
I guess you're gonna have to pay for them, right?
This is my bra, though. So you want me to pay for 2 bras that don't fit me?
You walked out the dressing room with the pink and a black bra and went in the bathroom. Now you're coming out the bathroom with a different set of bras on.
I had a black one on.
Yeah, we can't tell both of you. I can't do it.
So the concern is that you're using the item and you're not paying for it. That's the concern, right?
Apparently, but I'm... You know what? I'll pay for it. Give me a large and I'll pay for it.
You want a large, but don't come with the other bras.
Do you have your ID? So what happened there? You obviously went in there and they weren't to your liking, right?
Yeah, and they were too big.
Okay.
I'm sorry, they were too small. They were medium. They were too small.
Okay. And so.
And I brought out the pants, the shirts, and I got one shirt that I'm buying.
Okay. Was it like a variety pack or was it a?
It was just a black and pink and green one, I think it was.
There we go.
Thank you.
Are you living at any particular address now?
I don't. I'm
Homeless currently?
yes.
Okay.
I'm staying at St. Benny's.
Do you know? Oh, okay. What about Safe Harbor? Have you tried Safe Harbor?
I actually talked to Officer Pony about doing 10 City.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the guy to stay in contact
Yes.
with. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Nobody can make you pay for the things, but the thing is, if you walk out of the store and you have them on you, it would technically be theft.
I'll pay for them, but I'm gonna return them because they're not gonna fit me.
Well, that's the thing. Their concern is that you have them on you somewhere, or you left them somewhere, maybe in the bathroom. So we're just making sure.
There's no bras in here.
Okay. Well, let's show. Hey, she doesn't have them in her purse. So
Yeah, I don't.
Is it the black one that you have on? The black one she has on?
No, these are mine.
What? Okay. Where's the? Do you have the pink one?
No, I
To
don't.
prevent this whole.
I don't have the pink one. They didn't fit me.
Okay. Did you leave them in the dressing room?
I brought them back out.
And where did you put them?
I set them on the counter, and then the lady asked me where they were, and I gave them to her along with the other short or the pair of pants,
Okay.
and the shirt, and the sweatshirt.
Okay. All right. So you don't need them then.
No, how much are they? Because if they're like $25, then no, I don't. I have. This is crazy.
Well, we're just trying to understand.
And $17.94.
For 2 bras. Give me a large.
No, hold on. No. Ashley.
This pisses me off.
I know. This isn't. I'm trying to work with you. I'm on your side. I'm trying to understand the full story.
But the thing is, that lady was rude to me.
Okay. Which lady?
The black lady.
Okay. Which one?
She went rude to me, and then treated me like I'm a piece of shit.
Listen.
And then
we're not,
$800
no.
me when I
Just show me.
didn't even need the bra.
Just show me where you put them, and we'll work it out.
I gave them to her.
Okay. All right. Well, then if you're good.
You know what? I'll pay for the $21 bras, but I'm going to return them because I can't afford $21.
You don't need to pay for something that you didn't buy, but they were concerned because they thought you might be wearing them in the bathroom. That's all.
Okay.
That's all. And if you're not, you're not. But if you are, they just want the product back.
Where am I?
That's all. To prevent the whole theft. No.
Nope.
Ashley, don't do that. Ashley, don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I know I'm in public.
That's the concern. That was the only concern. Okay. You don't got to get all upset.
You know, I am upset because I'm trying to grocery shop, and I'm trying to get back home.
Well, we can help you get back home.
What's that? What's what? I just picked up the car.
Road closed.
Oh, yeah. Ashley, would you happen to have this in your purse by chance? Or
Oh, what's your phone? You're not wearing those?
you found it? Okay, so Ashley, listen, Ashley.
Just ask. You're not wearing. That's not these.
Wearing them?
Is that these?
No, ma'am. I just got these from the dollar store.
Okay, Ashley.
This case turns on three distinct legal frameworks, each independently sufficient to convict. The first is the Fourth Amendment threshold separating an investigative detention from a custodial arrest. The Supreme Court in the 1968 decision Terry v. Ohio established that a brief investigative stop requires only reasonable articulable suspicion. Loss prevention's eyewitness account that the subject entered a fitting room with two garments and emerged in different clothing easily clears that threshold. A custodial arrest, however, requires probable cause, a fair probability judged on the totality of the circumstances that a crime has been committed. The standard for that probability was reaffirmed by the Supreme Court in Illinois v. Gates in 1983, which adopted the flexible common-sense totality test. Probable cause crystallized only at the moment the recovered pink garment, plus the corroborated eyewitness account, became known to the officers. Until that point, the encounter was a lawful Terry stop, not a seizure requiring probable cause.
The bra we were talking about is right there. So you did have it at some point and put it in the bathroom. Okay, so
But it's not on me.
Ashley,
I'll pay for
you want to
it.
trespass?
Yeah.
Let's go to the front. All right, grab your bag.
I can get cookies, I can get food.
No,
I
Ashley,
can get
no.
pads.
Do you want to sign your trespass form? No. Okay, you're trespassed permanently.
At this point,
Ashley.
You right to six?
Ashley, no. Are you insane? Are you insane?
Stop!
Are you insane?
I'm not doing nothing wrong!
You don't push a cop. You don't push a.
I didn't!
You don't push a
I
cop.
didn't!
You don't do that.
Sir, I didn't!
Well, you did, and now look what happens.
Hey, there's my nails too. Like that.
No.
I
Stop
didn't
it.
I didn't do
Stop it.
anything!
Stop.
Sir, I didn't push you!
Yeah.
Angela. Ask Angela.
No, that was mine I bought yesterday.
880 Echo.
Yeah, I just bought it yesterday. Sir, I'm not trying to run away from you. Please stop. She sat there and lied, and then
Nobody lied.
She did. I didn't get in her face, and I didn't push you.
You did push me.
No, I moved.
You pushed me. Now stop. Could have all been prevented.
Sir, I didn't touch her. I promise you I didn't touch her. I told you she was a racist.
So you told us that you didn't say this, but meanwhile you had it on your purse. So we're gonna charge you for this, and we're gonna charge you for the assault bra. The sports bra
Yep,
that is
one in
underneath
custody.
that one.
I'm in the
And we're
OP
gonna
office.
rewind the footage to see if you took the mascara. Now I don't want you to yell. I just want you to hear. Don't yell.
Which
Just listen.
mascara?
Time out.
That's my mascara, Mama.
Okay, well we're gonna make sure.
The second framework concerns battery on a law enforcement officer, the most serious charge filed in this matter. Under the typical statutory formulation, the prosecution must prove an actual and intentional touching against the officer's will, while the officer is engaged in the lawful performance of duty. The disputed element here is intent. The subject denies the contact entirely. The officer asserts a deliberate push. Critically, intent in this context does not require malice. It requires only a voluntary act as clarified across decades of state appellate decisions. A reflexive flinch or accidental brush during agitation is not enough. A deliberate movement of the hand or body toward the officer, however brief, is. The body cam combined with any available store surveillance will be the dispositive evidence at trial. The verbal slur immediately preceding the contact supplies the prosecution's motive theory. The third framework is the constitutional protection for the speech that preceded the alleged battery. The First Amendment, as applied in the 1987 Supreme Court decision City of Houston v. Hill, protects profanity and even verbal abuse directed at officers. The slur itself is not chargeable conduct. It cannot standing alone support the disorderly conduct count. The disorderly conduct charge therefore depends on the physical disturbance that followed, not on the words. This is a critical distinction at trial.
I can tell that you saw that this was yours? No.
We're gonna rewind it. I asked you if you took my nails. They were in my car. You said no. There they are, all over the ground with the glue.
No, those are mine. I did that on my hands.
Stop talking to me.
No, you stop lying. They're on my hands.
I know, because you glued them.
No, I didn't. I promise. I got them for $5 at the Five Below.
Well, you said the what now earlier, so make it make sense.
I didn't say anything. No, I did not. No, I did not. I got them for $5 at Five Below yesterday.
So listen, just time out. I'm gonna rewind to make sure that the mascara isn't from here. But either way, I'm gonna charge you with the sports bra because you're still wearing the fucker.
Mine.
The black one that goes with the pink one because it's at a two.
Okay, so I can't wear two bras, sports bras.
We found the pink one, but you got.
I don't care if you found the pink one. I didn't steal your bra.
Like talking to Neil and Joe to a wall, talking to me.
Okay. Ashley, are you wearing one of the bras that is from the pack? Okay, it's this thick. It's the thicker one, right? Okay. Thank you for being honest.
I needed a clean bra.
Understandable. But you had money in your wallet.
I know, but it was for a room so I could take a shower.
Okay, but if you need that stuff, you need to go to the Salvation Army across the street, right?
I don't know.
They will help you.
Done, so please take me to jail. I just
will.
want you to take me to jail.
I can't yet. I
Why?
can't because I'm still doing my job. I've been nice to you up to this point.
No, sir, and I apologize to you, and I told you I didn't mean to do that.
Understandable, but it's already said and done, okay? So calm down,
So,
please.
it's already said and done. Please take me to
No,
jail.
Ashley. Hey. Ashley, are you
Let
crazy?
me out of here!
Ashley, stop it.
Fucking let me out!
Have a seat. Settle down.
I just want to go!
All right.
I just want to go home!
Okay, then sit down and we'll take you.
No, you're not taking me home! You just told me you weren't taking me home!
I just said we're taking you to jail. Just chill out for a minute.
I don't want to go to jail. I want to go home and lay down with my medication.
Ma'am, if you do that again, it's not gonna help you at all.
Just relax. Relax.
Nothing is helping me.
and get her, or how do you
We'll load her. I'll bring
You
this
want
to
your
you.
charges to keep racking up? You cannot do that.
Because I'm speaking up for myself.
No, because you're trying to escape and you're under arrest.
I'm not escaping. I'm asking you to please just take me so I can get the f out.
I
Ashley,
know,
relax.
but they still have a job to do.
I've never been to jail. What do you mean relax?
Okay, well, but you gotta calm down.
Can I hit my vape, please?
Will it help you chill?
No, my vape. No, my vape is on the...
Oh, it is.
It's on... Can you please don't forget my sweatshirt?
Are you gonna chill out?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Can
Come
you give it to my boyfriend, please, so that he doesn't...
Who is your boyfriend? We're gonna make sure you get what you need, okay? Just try to chill for a minute. All right, just try to chill.
I'm gonna chill and sitting in jail all weekend.
Well, today's late Saturday. Probably be sometime Monday, okay? Just keep everything minor. Everything's minor right now, really.
Please, just let me
Maybe.
go.
They may have a judge available for the
Okay.
weekend.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow.
Officer, just let me go. I promise you I didn't.
All right, I'm gonna close the door, okay?
A fourth issue often overlooked is the intersection of mental health distress and the duty to accommodate under federal disability law. Title II of the Americans with Disabilities Act, codified at 42 United States Code, Section 12132, prohibits public entities from discriminating against qualified individuals with disabilities. The Supreme Court in the 2015 decision Sheehan v. City and County of San Francisco declined to definitively resolve whether this duty applies during an active arrest. But the lower federal courts have increasingly required officers to consider reasonable accommodations when a subject's distress is apparent and the offense is nonviolent. A diversion to a crisis stabilization facility, rather than to county booking, was a legally available pathway here. The lead officer earns a B+. His verbal de-escalation, factual neutrality, and correct legal framing, including the affirmative statement that the subject was not required to purchase merchandise, are textbook. The deduction reflects the missed opportunity to slow the trespass walk and consider a mental health hold. The second officer earns a C+. The available evidence is consistent with lawful conduct, but supplemental angles would be needed for a higher grade. The subject earns a D+. She was offered the lightest possible enforcement outcome, a trespass warning, and her own emotional escalation produced the criminal exposure. The lesson for officers is that probable cause should be documented at the precise moment it crystallizes, not assumed from the outset. The lesson for citizens is simpler. When a lawful off-ramp is offered, take it. Constitutional grievances are vindicated in courtrooms, not at store entrances. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out our channel for even more police interaction and courtroom content.